All right.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. What's good, everybody? What's good, everybody? Welcome. RCR Presents MSD Sports. My name is Sam, also known as Wabi K. And we got our host right here in front of us. Let's get it. We got Mikey. Introduce us, Mikey.
Michael John, baby. It's good, y'all. It's Michael John from the 02135. We live.
Yes, sir. And we got David over here. Let's go.
What's poppin', baby? What's poppin'? You know what it is, D Hines, you know what I'm saying? Camden Lee in the motherfucking building. No, we can't cuss, my bad, my fault. But anyway, it's your boy Camden Lee in the building. I'm excited to be MSD, part of the crew. I'm having some technical difficulties tonight, but normally y'all see me getting straight, so it's all Gucci.
Yes, sir. Now you're going to be listening to us three forever now. Let's get it. You already know.
Let's get it, baby. Let's get it.
So basically, MSDs are like our initials. You know what I'm saying? We got Mikey, Sam, David. But in this podcast, we're going to be talking about all sports. You know what I'm saying? MLB. We got NBA. We got NFL. Many more. You know what I'm saying? There's so many sports to talk about. But you know what I'm saying? You got to tune into us.
Listen,
for the buzz.
Every week, baby, we in this mug. Let them know. Let them know.
Yes, sir. I love it. We got that Monday Night Football game just ended.
Yeah, the Houston Texans took on the Dallas Cowboys tonight.
Yes, they did.
We look at a score of 34-10. The Houston Texans put a thumper on the Cowboys. You know, without Dak Prescott these days. You know, I mean, the Cowboys really ain't doing much. They're looking like the more of the cowgirls out there. But you know, we do what we can. C.J. Stroud had a decent game. He threw for a little bit. I think he had about 212 yards. Let me double check my notes real quick just to make sure.
Okay,
I know that Joe.
I think he got 250.
He had 250 tonight.
Yeah.
And I know Joe Mixon had a score which was pretty pivotal. So you know what I'm saying, but. The Cowboys really couldn't get anything going just with that offense, and CeeDee Lamb was just almost non-existent tonight. So, you know, it's a rough night for the Cowboys, and I think it's going to be a rough season for the rest of the time going.
I mean, the Cowboys.
The first quarter was pretty bad for the Cowboys. Like it started. The game started pretty bad actually. There was a quick touchdown, but Mixon went in for one on the first drive. But then after that, there was like two quick turnovers. Cowboys are driving, then terrible interception by Cooper Rush. And then Houston's driving, and C.J. Stroud overthrew his boy. He hasn't looked the same this year like he did last year, C.J. Stroud.
I
don't know if it's because...
That second-year slump, I tell you. A sophomore slump. Going crazy.
Find out. They got video, you know?
I mean, he's calm, he's composed, but he ain't throwing tutties like he was last year. If you drafted him in like high in fantasy, I feel like I expected more for him. But Mixon's going crazy. Mixon with 100 yards and 3 touchdowns.
3 tutties tonight. Going crazy, going wild, baby. Going wild.
Since week 6, he's been nonstop touchdowns, consecutive. 1 touchdown week 6, 2 week 7, and then 1, and then 3 today. So damn.
Listen, he's on a roll. If you have him on your fantasy team, he was definitely keeping you afloat. I tell you that much for sure. So yeah, I mean, Cooper Rush came in. He threw for 354 yards, which is amazing. Only getting 10 points, but he only threw for 1 touchdown and 1 interception, and pretty much they were garbage yards at this point. CeeDee Lamb,
55 pass attempts. Like, I mean.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
It's not going to work out for the Cowboys if Cooper Rush is throwing the ball 55 times in a game.
Not going to happen.
They don't have no running back. Every year they've had like a good running back, it feels like. Like they didn't want to pay Tony Pollard. They didn't want to pay Zeke after he got a little bit older, which can't really blame him for. But like you can't just always elevate the next guy up from like the depth chart and think that you're going to have a RB1. Like Rico Dowdle's not terrible, but...
10 carries for 28 yards, though, that's ridiculous. 2.8 yards a carry. You can't do much with that. And I know Zach Martin went out earlier in the game, too, as well, which was difficult for the offensive line. But even then, the running game was non-existent before he was even there. So it is what it is.
So my question right here is there that much of a difference, guys, between, like, that Dak versus Cooper? Like, that much? Like, because CeeDee Lamb's the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL. But he's been... performing numbers like he's like not even existent. What do you guys
Dak
think?
Prescott's the highest paid quarterback in the NFL,
Like that much of
and
a
they were
difference?
still
Damn.
had a losing record when he was playing this year, though. So I mean, you can't say like just because he'd be back, they'll be better. Cowboys have been terrible at home this year.
Terrible.
Terrible at home
Terrible.
this year. I
Damn.
don't know. I feel like
That's
every year
tough.
for the last, what, 5, 6 years, I feel like Dallas always has 10, 11, 12 wins, maybe more. And it just feels like Mike McCarthy is gone.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think Dak Prescott can save that offense. I don't think Tom Brady could save it right now.
I'm listening. Not at this point. I tell you that.
Rebuild then. We
Listen.
got rebuild then. I mean, damn.
I
Build
mean,
enough for
they
me.
probably get a top 10 pick, and maybe they'll be able to do something. Who knows if they move up in the draft? But
Yeah.
how long is this Dak Prescott project gonna last? I really feel like at the end of the day, he was overpaid. Jerry Jones took too long to pay him. I mean, took
Yep.
too long to pay CD, and at the end of the day, they're really suffering. So that's just life. But
Facts.
what's crazy, I mean, we talk about this Dallas game. Yeah, we already knew they were going to lose. Guys, did you guys watch the Chiefs Bills game?
Oh.
Did you were you able to put your hands on that? The Chiefs, who were undefeated for the last 9 weeks, come into Buffalo Stadium and just pretty much
It's too cold. It's too
can't
cold.
do it. Can't do
Too
it.
cold.
Can't stop Josh Allen on 4th and 2nd. Mikey, how did you feel about that? I know Josh Allen's been your boy for a minute. What you thinking about him these days?
Fantasy wise, it's nice. We've been playing him for a while, all right? Because when you're from Boston and you watch the Pats play, we've been whooping the Bills' ass I'm 29, so for like 20 years we whooped the Bills' ass. And then Brady left and Josh Allen came along. I got that play on 4th and 2. That's the play of the year so far. I mean, if you're thinking about like repercussions of like a clutch game, like Garrett Wilson made a nasty catch a couple weeks ago, nasty, talented. But that scramble on 4th and 2, 20-yard touchdown run, I think that he is like this. It could be like Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow beat the Chiefs 2 years in a row, and maybe this is the year for Josh Allen, but it seems like every year they've taken one more step forward, but then they see Kansas City in the playoffs. I'm not worried about Kansas City. They remind me, they're like the modern day Patriots to me.
Yeah, yeah,
So, I mean, I bet for the Bills to win this game, but that's just a regular season game.
right,
Same,
exactly.
same circumstances. Even in the at home, Buffalo it doesn't always beat Kansas City if it's a playoff game. I don't know. I'm not necessarily convinced, but they're vulnerable. The Chiefs are not, 9-1, but very vulnerable 9-1.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes threw for 196 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. That one of the first picks in the beginning of the first half, that was actually a legitimate mistake. I think he just didn't see the guy. That last pick was just the end of the game type situation. And Josh Allen, he was 27 for 40 with 262. He had a touchdown and a pick, and he ran for 55 yards and a touchdown. So it's just like, oh my goodness, the man was going crazy
Nope.
tonight. Kareem Hunt had 14 carries for 60 yards, couldn't really get much done. I think the entire, Kansas City running game had about 78 yards total. So it was really non-existent. And James Cook brought 2 touchdowns in that first half, really put them up for a little bit. So we'll see what happens in the playoffs. You know what I mean? So definitely see what happens. So
Running game will be important. Isaiah Pacheco, we'll see if he comes back,
When's he
is
coming
nice.
back?
But speaking
yeah,
of running games, I think Sam is probably one of the happier fans for a running game,
Why, oh my.
to the chagrin of the New York Giants fans as they finally bench Daniel Jones into the third string. Meanwhile, like one of the
Being the
best
highest
offensive players,
paid,
maybe offensive
right?
player of the year. He's in the running for it. Offensive player of the year, Saquon Barkley.
That's
I
true.
mean, Sam,
I mean,
you guys are
Saquon
looking
has
good.
been. I mean,
Six
this is
games in a row.
I mean, what? Last year the Eagles they had what? The Aaron Swift. Like he still pushed for us, but I don't think I ever seen a running back like this ever since LaShawn McCoy type dominance. Saquon has been another type of like that different energy he brings to the team, and I feel like
unreal.
even Jalen Hurts feels that like kind of like I could rely on this guy kind of more,
Mm.
you know. So I feel and then you got Smith and you got Brown, and so he has people to throw to. the comfort to just pass the ball. You can just go. Saquon's the back hurdle, and then him scoring 2 touchdowns in less than like 2 minutes, right? We got the
Crazy.
pick, I think, in the fourth. We scored, and it was their offense. We got the pick, and then Saquon scored again. So, I mean, you're right, Mikey. I feel like Offensive Player of the Year could be coming. Definitely.
He's in the running for it. Do you feel like the Eagles this year are like, is Sirianni like in the good graces of the Philadelphia fans again? Because he was a bit on the hot seat. Because y'all remember y'all started what 8-0 and then like
Yeah.
ended 11-5 or something, or like a like 12-5, 11-6 type shit. It was like a rough end to the year.
Yeah, they fell apart. You guys fell apart last year. Last year, I think you know what I mean. You drank something in the Kool-Aid, and it just you guys took you down. I think you know what I mean. I don't know. What's Philly doing these days? Sam, talk to me.
I feel like
Because earlier this
it comes
season,
in deep.
Sirianni was not in good graces. He's winning, but you know.
Even from last year, we lost some couple pieces, but I feel like the youngins, the younger dogs definitely in the defense for sure has been stepping up for sure. Even like the growth of Jordan Davis, like the little things I feel like add up together. I feel like, I mean, we're so deep. Like John
Good
Dawson's-
offensive line, a really good offensive line.
It's very true. Your
John
offensive line is really
Dawson's our
good.
wide receiver 3. I feel like that even kind of shows like we do have options. We have so much depth into our offense for sure. Difference from last year. So I don't know. I mean, we're still like what? We have what? 7 games left? It's like
Yep,
what,
we're what 11 games in now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So we're like pretty much past the halfway point, but like 65-70%. I feel like we're almost getting to playoff time.
Do we want to call the division? I know you're picking Philly, but what do you think, David? Does Washington have a chance to win that division still?
I mean,
They have
you know,
one more
it's-
matchup with Philly.
Yeah.
So
one more matchup with Philly. I think it's really going to depend on how how you guys close out. Both Washington and Philly. I think at the end of the day, you got a rookie quarterback at the helms. Washington has always been great. They finally have a quarterback. You know, not great, but they've always shook up the conference. So I think Philly's got to win out. And we really got to see what Jaden Daniels is going to do in the second half. You know what I mean? He's had some heroic throws and some wonderful plays, but at the end of the day, we got to see when the pressure meets the road. Is he going to be able to do this? Because he does play a weak division. No offense, Sam. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty abysmal.
I mean, the Eagles coming up. We got the Rams, and then I feel like the next game is going to be Rams, Ravens, Panthers, Steelers, Commanders, Cowboys, Giants. The game to look out for the Ravens and the Steelers. And that Commanders game, those 3 pivotal.
And then we're able to see what's Washington's schedule look like. Washington's playing. Hold on.
Washington got they got Cowboys, Titans, Saints, Eagles, Falcons, Cowboys.
See, that's a cake schedule. So that's the thing. Washington's not playing it. Washington's not playing. Play the Cowboys twice.
Yeah,
Play the Cowboys twice, and at the end of the season, come on.
that's 5. That's like sounds like 5 wins to me.
That sounds like an easy 5 to me. Like easy 5.
Yeah,
we go walk into those
wins.
wings. You know what I'm saying? So
I think I'm a ride with right now. What Eagles are 8-2, Commanders 7-4. I'm gonna ride with the Eagles right now. We'll see what happens. I think like because the Eagles haven't let us down, like I feel like situational football is important. Not fumbling the ball in short, like to go instances. Best like the push tush still works, and fourth down, like going for it at the right times on fourth down, like feeling that you have trust in your coach again, like Nick Sirianni is making the right decision. I'm gonna go Eagles for this one for now.
For sure.
Yep, football is heating up, so
this is where it gets spicy. For sure. I mean, Lions are 9-1.
that's insane.
Lions might be should be the Super Bowl favorite. They are the Super Bowl favorite right now. The odds-on betting favorite. They're slightly higher odds than Kansas City. Kansas City still sitting at 2.
Lions
Yeah, Lions have been decimating though the bad teams. Like I think they won what 52-6. Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
52-14? Like, come
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
on.
I
Like,
mean, the
damn.
Lions are whooping ass and looking like a real culture has been installed. Like think about a few years back. I don't know if you remember that night. It was like the last game of the season and the Lions played the Packers who could have made it into the playoffs
Mm.
if the Packers beat the Lions that night and the Lions weren't playing for nothing but pride and they played their ass off and they won that game and
I
kicked the
remember
Packers out
that.
the playoffs. And I feel like you could tell it with that coach. He's like their culture has definitely shifted. And honestly, I'm kind of happy because Jared Goff was got the shit end of the stick
I mean,
after he got booted out
from the
of you know
Rams.
what I mean, traded for Stafford. So
Yeah.
rootable team in
Is
my Pats, but
Gibbs is
still a
Gibbs
rootable team.
worth the number one draft fantasy pick for some folks that chose Gibbs as number one?
Wow.
Really.
Is he? Do you guys think is he worth that number one?
Is Gibbs worth number one? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, as your number one pick.
Mm, maybe like 10, 11, 12. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
wouldn't.
feel like at the end of the day, I'd take Saquon, even Derrick Henry. We think about the rushing title right now. I think Saquon just overtook Derrick this last week. Um, but Derek's still playing. So you know what I'm saying. We'll see what happens.
I mean,
But
Derek is still playing.
yeah, I mean, I I don't know if I'd do Gibbs, especially you got two decent wide receivers with Almond St. Brown and Williams. It'll be a little tough for me.
Mm,
Montgomery too. Like they have another good running back. It's like Jameer Gibbs is like a specialist in a way. He's elusive. He can catch the ball, but Montgomery's like the cowbell, like run straight down the middle. You know what I mean? Like hit the
Hmm.
hole
I see what you mean.
and but he has been popping off, so I still don't think it warrants like hey, saying he should be your first pick if you have a top five pick. But if you're
Yeah.
saying
Yeah,
like the 10th or 11th or 12th pick, like I'll give it to him.
I'm saying.
Nice.
See.
All right, should we do a
Definitely.
quick standings review here? What do we think? Like, what are we saying for who do? Should we say who comes out AFC, who comes out of NFC, or what we're feeling right
Let's do
now?
it. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's. What do you, Sam? What are you thinking? Or Mikey, you want to go first? Talk to
Well, I'm definitely gonna say if I'm picking from NFC today, I'm definitely going Lions. From what they've
me.
looked like, I think like they're ready for it, and they played a great game. Remember against San Francisco last year in the
Yep.
That's
playoffs,
Yep.
true.
You're
San
right.
That's true.
Francisco had to storm back with a crazy comeback, and they've been through heartbreak before in those playoff shortcomings. So I think Detroit's ready. I think they made the step this year. And AFC, this after like the performance we saw this week, even though like I'm not counting the Chiefs out, I would say Detroit, Buffalo would be amazing. But I don't know what's making me say I think Baltimore is going to the chip this year. I think this is
You
the year
Ooh,
that
think
I
they
you
say
think
take
Baltimore
it.
takes it?
Yeah, I know they lost to the Steelers, but that's a division game, and that's like low scoring. That's the way you beat Lamar Jackson too. Keep
Mm-hmm.
keep it that sort of low scoring. And also Justin Tucker has been missing kicks too this year. He's been
That
missing
is
kicks
very true.
in
That is
these
very true.
close games like this. It makes sense. I mean, I'm going though. I'm sticking Baltimore, Detroit championship right now. That would be fun as shit
Baltimore,
too.
Woo!
Detroit Super Bowl. Wow. Wow.
Dude, that would be crazy.
That's kind of crazy.
I'm gonna
Okay.
ride with that. I'm gonna ride with
Yeah.
that for now.
Okay.
All right, let me write that
Okay.
down. Let me write that down. Got Lions versus freaking
Ravens.
Ravens. Wow. All right, David, who do you think?
Okay. I'm gonna be honest.
Let's go.
I can't go against the Chiefs. It's double double. It's back to back. I think we're going for a three-peat. For some reason, Mahomes just freaking wins in the playoffs. It's like going against Brady back in the day. Um, so I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be Chiefs Bills AFC Championship game, and I'm really thinking. I just feel like Detroit's going to run out of gas. I think with the loss of Hutchinson, I think it was a big deal. And I feel like somebody's going to sneak out of there that you're not expecting. Could be San Fran. You know, who else is looking like really, really sneaky these days? The Packers look pretty good. Minnesota looks all right. But I don't know. I'm really definitely I'm thinking it's going to be possibly the 49ers, but I'm definitely seeing Chiefs Bills AFC Championship game. Maybe maybe
Chiefs versus who? You got to pick one. Chiefs versus who?
I'm thinking Chiefs. Chiefs Detroit, and Chiefs winning. That's what I'm thinking.
Wow. Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
That was a great game. Remember when they played to start the season last year?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think they come out with something.
That game.
Chiefs did lose that game.
Chiefs
so that's what I'm saying. I think the Chiefs are going to lose. I think the Chiefs are going to lose a couple games this year. I don't think the Bills was just an anomaly. Mm-hmm. I think they're not doing their best routes right now. I think they're just getting ready for the playoffs. Like that's just how I feel. So
okay.
All right.
Damn,
Chiefs Lions.
But Detroit's had a lot of high scoring games. I think these suckers are going to get tired at the end of the season. That's just me. A lot of 50 games. That's a lot of times your people's on defense. Just saying. I don't know.
All right.
You already know for me, NFC, we coming out. Fly, Eagles, fly, everybody.
Okay, but who are they playing in the NFC Championship game?
Who are they playing?
The Lions. It's going to be the Lions. It's going to be a freaking... It's going to be a battle. It's going to be a battle. But, I want that rematch. We need the revenge match. Eagles, Chiefs. We lost 2 years ago. Great Super Bowl. But we need a rematch. I'm going Eagles, Chiefs for sure in Super Bowl.
That's what we're going with?
Yes, sir.
All right, bet.
Okay.
I think there's a good probability for one of these to hit.
I think so.
Let's go. Let's freaking go. We're definitely getting to like the good parts of NFL for sure now.
Yeah, we got to dive. We should get a little deep dive. We can go by divisions, so we can like look at divisions. But I think it was a good week of football, and we got a good like end of the year in store for us.
Oh yeah.
Oh, most definitely. Yes, most definitely.
Yes, we do.
This was a busy weekend, to be honest. Did you guys see the fights this weekend? You know what I mean? I know we have our UFC and boxing extraordinaire over there, Mikey. What's the deal? What's the deal?
Did you watch the lot of fights. I think we should talk about the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight. I think we have to talk about it, right?
Listen, I think you, your mother, and their godmothers also saw that fight. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, did you guys see the numbers that I was very interested in this the day after it aired. Okay. I looked it up and they were like, the numbers haven't been released yet. Cause I was like, how many concurrent viewers watched this?
Gotcha.
Like, I'm very interested right now. As we speak this last week, Kai Cenat's been trying to break the record for most concurrent viewers on a live stream, and he smashed it, absolutely destroyed it. And Netflix is like broaching a new territory because pay-per-views have like ruled boxing forever, right? They said 60 million households, 60 million, bro, with 60. Like 60, yeah, 60 million households and 65 million concurrent viewers was the peak, which is pretty crazy if you think about it. But it makes sense because more people are like going to tune into something on a streaming service versus $80, $100 for a pay-per-view.
Exactly.
Like the regular person doesn't want to pay that much, which is why Turki Al Sheikh, who's been hosting a lot of boxing events in Riyadh and Saudi Arabia, he's saying like we should make these like $19.99, $29.99, 20 pounds. That's it, $20. Like then I'll buy it. Then it's like much more reasonable. It makes more sense.
Yeah.
When Mike Tyson's on a card, like you're gonna watch. Like Mike Tyson is from an era before, like slightly before me, right? So it's like I didn't I wasn't watching him super closely when he was coming up, but the legend of Mike Tyson has always existed there. The fight itself, disappointing, not very entertaining.
60-year-old man fighting a young buck. What you mean? What you mean? You know what I'm saying? You never see them cheeks out before he was getting ready. He was getting it popping.
That's entertaining. That's entertaining. That was very, very entertaining.
Man made $30 million in 30 minutes. He did a 2-minute walkout, a 2-minute thing, and fought for, I think, 28 minutes or something like that. 24 minutes. We're chilling.
The interviewer is asking Mike Tyson in that clip, like, how your family, like, how are you going to represent for your family? Are you proud to, like, put on for your family? And that boy walked away with them big ass bare ass cheeks flapping.
Big children.
Apparently, adult service site, one of the adult services site has contacted him for that video.
Say they want to see them cheeks on the big screen.
The question is, now that they did one of these, right? Like, I mean, Jake Paul is a good enough boxer that he should beat Mike Tyson. Like when he fought Tommy Fury, who's like somewhat of a boxer, somewhat of like a reality TV little playboy type style, but he could throw hands and he lost. Jake Paul fought him and he lost. So, I mean, I'm not really sure you want to see him in like a fight that's not a gimmick fight.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson, like, do we want to see him again? He said he wants to fight Logan Paul. It's like I don't think I would want to tune into that one as much as we tuned into this one. But the cool part of the event, I think that's like which a lot of attention went to it because of the controversial decision in the fight was the co-main event between Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano because that's 50 million concurrent viewers watched their fight, which is like women's boxing has slowly been like taking a step forward, kind of like WNBA has like exploded, right?
Sure.
So that's like, I feel like the positive flip side of this sort of event. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like 50 million people saw them fight and they banged out. It was a great fight.
I think the
decision was completely wrong. I think most people agree that Amanda Serrano won that fight. Like it's hard to like land 200 punches more than someone 150 more punches you've landed. And at a higher percentage.
150 more punches. That's insane.
Yeah, exactly.
Insane.
So
insane.
I mean, overall, I support those sort of events. I'm just here I'm like a consumer, and I will consume whatever entertainment you fuel me with. But
if it's popping, I'm putting it on.
Facts.
Let them know.
I'm there.
A bit sad to see Mike Tyson, but he's 58. That boy got in there.
I saw like a conspiracy video, guys.
You said 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Apparently, in this TikTok video, they showed like the beginning of the fight, like, you know, Tyson's like really like trying to dodge and trying to, you know, really hit Jake, and there's a moment where they hugged, and then the TikToker's like, he said this to him, he's like, yo, you want the money, you know, you gotta calm it down. And then after that, like, Tyson be seeing freaking punches coming at him, but he eat them and he won't even dodge them. And I'm like, oh, okay, what is this?
So you think Tyson took a dive? You're saying you think that at the end of the day, Logan was like, listen, Jake was like, listen, you gotta let this go to distance. Yeah. You gotta let this go to distance. We gotta fight the whole 8 rounds.
Do you want your money? Do you want your money? They'll be agreed on. But I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Mikey, how you feel about that? I mean, I'm a little, you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I mean, I like conspiracy theories, but I'm not a conspiracy theorist. So
I hear you. You
know what? You feel me? Like, I mean, I'm skeptical sometimes, but I think, to be honest with you, I think it's just a 58-year-old man trying to box. Like, Mike Tyson, like, let's not get it twisted. When he was at his peak, he was a beast, but when Mike Tyson lost in, like, a dramatic upset fashion to Buster Douglas. After that, he fought some dudes who were not like top of the food chain dudes, and he lost. Like, he was not. He fought this dude from Brighton that used to come buy pizza at the Imperial Pizza in Brighton that I worked over here, Kevin McBride. That fool came in. He would always say, he'd be like, you know Mike Tyson? I boxed Mike Tyson. I won. Like, look me up. Google me. I'm like, yeah, he's right. He ain't lying. Like, he did. It wasn't. It's not that impressive though. So it's like the memory of Mike Tyson is like like this like ruthless when he was rampaging through the
The,
heavyweight
the,
division at like what,
uh,
20 years old, 21,
uh,
22, like being a kid,
Yeah.
just like
mhm.
knocking dudes out left and right. So, I mean, he's a tough son of a bitch. He'll fuck me up, I'm sure. Pardon my
100%.
French.
Listen. That's funny. It's funny. Yeah, it's definitely a big night. Did you guys see the other fight? John Jones? See him kick that mug in the rib, like almost broke that mug
Uh,
in half? Talk to me.
of
Talk to me.
course.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
John Jones.
John Jones retains his heavyweight, does his thing, pops on that boy. Sheesh, man, going crazy. Going crazy. I don't know. I don't know. How'd you feel about the fight? How did John look? You know what I'm saying? He looked pretty swole to me, but I'm
That's what
not a
he looking big now. He
he
looking
looking
big
big.
now.
He
He's got a
looking pretty
belly
big.
and he's got some silver on that beard. When you look
Ooh,
closely, he's got some silver on that beard now. But
got
when
a little
John
got a
Jones
little
fights,
wisdom.
it's a spectacle. Like that's exactly why anything else is good. He don't even need to fight like the competition no more. And I don't blame. I think there's an interesting like dialogue going on about John Jones should fight Tom Aspinall, who is the interim heavyweight champion, and John Jones has been retaining his heavyweight championship.
Mm.
John Jones just wants to fight people who's gonna like make him a bag and that he's gonna like have a good matchup with. He's not trying to like he's 37. When he was 23, can you imagine, bro? 2010 is when he won the championship in
That's
2010.
crazy. 2010.
Like
That's crazy.
that's what I'm that's what I'm saying. Well, he won the championship when he was in 2010. He was fighting at light heavyweight, not heavyweight, but
That's true.
he's been
Sure.
fighting like he's been fighting the best of the best for many, many years.
Yeah.
And you know what? He looks older, he looks slower, he looks bigger, but he's still John Jones. So
Sure.
like when you see that boy throw a spinning back kick straight to the liver, ribs, like you lacerated my liver and broke my ribs in one kick.
Lacerated.
Like I
What a
felt it.
word.
We're watching it at the bar. I felt it. Oh, I'm like, I'm fucking. I could feel that like hitting me. It's very fun. I think the sad part of the night at UFC was that legendary heavyweight fighter Stipe Miocic retired, and it feels like it's like an afterthought because
Mm-hmm.
it was his
Mm-hmm.
first fight in a few years. He
Oh.
looked like he just didn't look like his old
No,
self,
not at all.
and he's a likable fighter. Like he is the heavyweight goat. So to go out that way and to kind of be overlooked, like I've seen people who are like fan favorites but not as popular get like tribute videos. Like, oh my
Yeah.
Yeah,
gosh, like we're giving you a tribute video and music, emotional music, and like let's bring your family up to say something like, and nothing. It
Mm.
just was, yeah, I'm retiring,
Nothing. I'm retired. Yeah.
and that's it. But no shame in it. No shame in him hopping back in. That boy left the fire station, took the flight over to fight, and he said, "I'm back home with the family at the fire
We
station." I
got
just made what 2, 3 mil, like
two, three
Madison
mil
Square Garden,
chilling.
headlining Madison Square Garden. There's nothing like it, you know. But there were some good storylines from the event as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
There's a young and upcoming fighter. His name's Bo Nickel. He's like he was kind of a fan favorite at first, and now everyone doesn't like the whole crowd was yelling like overrated at the end of his fight. Bo Nickel is like a young American dude. He was a great wrestler, and he's been like a good striker so far in his fights. He's
Yeah.
slowly taken like steps up in his competition, but every time he takes a step up, like the fight is like more unimpressive, so to say. He's not
Mm.
finishing you and knocking you out in round one or tapping you out in
Ah.
round one, round two. It's like there's been a little bit of like timidness that it seems like it exists there. So that was like a big story of the night. He won again, Bo Nickel, against like a veteran who's been around for a long time, who's a solid fighter, who's beat some dudes who are great fighters, but who's also like a little bit older and not as, high skilled competition. So
Mm.
that was an interesting fight. And the co-main event of the night was really might have been the best fight of the night, which was Charles Oliveira. He's a fan favorite. He's the former lightweight champion, and he fought Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler is like was the guy who was supposed to fight McGregor, right?
Okay.
Oh,
So
Okay.
for like a good year, it was supposed to be Chandler's fighting McGregor, and McGregor obviously has been going through whatever he's doing, partying and going on live streams at a casino and ripping fire joints. Yeah, so he's been doing what he's doing. I'm sure he might get in there, he might not, but Chandler did get in there, and it was an entertaining fight. Charles Oliveira is a fan favorite. It was entertaining because he was dominating like the first 4 rounds of the fight.
Yeah.
And in the fifth round, Michael Chandler just like put the foot on the gas to try to make something happen. Almost caught a little knockout, kind of hit some dirty shots in there, but gave the fans a show, and like it felt like I'm in the Coliseum. You're watching the gladiators fight. So it was a great week, and that's the last big card of the year. That's the last big one of the year. So I mean, yeah, I think it was a entertaining week of fights, and we're gonna have to do some playback, Sam. I might have to get you hip to UFC, my brother. One of these we'll pull up some clips. We'll pull up clips and we'll talk. Like we'll do a little preview show for like an upcoming UFC, and we'll watch some like highlights from people so that you can like catch up and you could see, because like I feel like you're the resident expert in MLB, but I got you on the UFC side, because we've been rocking lately.
Yes. Love it. Love it.
All right, I think there's one more thing, boys, that we need to discuss.
Yes.
Talk to me.
A lot of good games in NBA this week and the following week with the NBA Cup up for grabs. But the biggest one of all, I think it has to be the biggest matchup of the week easily, is tomorrow night and it's in Boston. And very own Boston Celtics taking on the 15-0 undefeated Cleveland Cavaliers.
15-0.
Who continue to win even when Donovan Mitchell sits, even when Evan Mobley's out with an injury.
Donovan sat on Sunday.
They continue to win. So I think this is the game of the season so far, actually. I think like it's shocking because the West is very competitive, but I actually feel like for once I'm looking at the East like, these two teams mean business. This is business right here.
You are so right. They are going.
What are we feeling? What do we think?
I feel like the Cavaliers definitely, from like where they came from. I remember when Donovan was like, rookie, and looking at him as a leader now with Jared Allen, with his starring cast, like all of them built well. But the thing is, they're versing defending champion. That's the thing, though. I put my hands up. Like, you versus the defending champions. It's like there's teams where it's like you win the chip and then next year you're like not as good. But this is not that case right now. This is not the Texas Rangers, where you like break down after you win. Celtics have kept this team like the growth of Derek White. Like what? Like he be balling these like 29, 28 points. Like, so it's gonna be what you said, the matchup of the year right now. It's very exciting. David, what you think, David?
What you think? Yeah, what you thinking, Camden? We're having a little pause.
Where did he go?
A little technical difficulty from the West side. I know who he's riding for already.
Oh yeah.
We gotta see what he's feeling. I actually think
Oh. Wait, is he muted? Are you muted, David?
Oh yeah, headphones died, huh?
Could be.
Hello. Honey, I'm home. No, you know who's been balling though? Is Darius Garland. He's back to Darius Garland.
Let's get some digits going.
I've been thankful for that because he was like one of my better fantasy picks, like late draft fantasy pick. How are we feeling, David? We mic'd up or what?
Bro, he's been balling.
He's been playing well. Like, I mean, he had a down year last year, but he is a former All-Star, and his play has been attributes to their 15-0, as well as Donovan Mitchell. Guard play from that team is very solid, very, very, very solid.
They share the ball nice. I feel like Donovan has kind of. Where do you go?
Donovan Mitchell is a scoring machine, but he's not really the ball facilitator like Darius Garland is. That's like I think the biggest difference, like assist wise, like you're gonna get that.
Yeah, he's only 24, 4-4. Donovan Mitchell.
I mean,
Solid
only
though.
David, you're still muted, my brother.
He froze now. Oh,
Yeah. I think it's been interesting to look at the style of team because everyone was looking at the Knicks. Like the Knicks was the team that's going to do that
yep.
to
After the
rival
cat.
the Celtics.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Cat's in.
Or even
Well, like
Sixers with
Cat
like
and
Paul
Julius
George.
Randle are like interchangeable all-stars, right? I know Randle was injured for a minute and the
Yeah.
Knicks were still nice,
Yeah.
but it's like I'm not so sure we're seeing yet the results of what everyone thought was going to happen there. Whereas Cleveland has backed up the decision, and Donovan Mitchell's decision to stay
Yep.
has been.
I mean, both Sixers and Bucks were also a favorite, but they've been whacked up. Oh, he said he can't hear us. We can't hear you too.
I think maybe are the headphones dead? Maybe it's possible headphones.
Oh,
He's gonna hop out and hop back in.
okay. Perfect.
It's all right. This is good. This is a good sort of things that we're gonna learn how
Oh,
to.
yeah.
We're gonna have to learn how to roll with the punches, Sam.
Yes.
We're gonna have to learn how to roll with these punches. So.
Definitely.
My prediction, I don't even know what the betting line is. I don't know what the number line is, but my prediction is the Celtics by a decent amount, like 11, the Celtics by 10, Celtics by 11. I think they got this one circled. But we still have no Porzingis and we ain't in no rush to bring him back. So we kind of just chilling on that. And I feel like we've played well, but we haven't necessarily played like outstanding our
Yeah.
best basketball.
Yeah.
So
I feel like JT though has been building, or he is built to the point where he's he's definitely riding the high right now after the gold too.
yeah.
So after the chip and then gold, he's feeling himself this year for sure, bro.
You started
that shot
David.
was crazy.
Camden Lee.
Sorry about
There
that,
he
boys.
is.
Oh, let's go.
Like I
He's
said, I'm in transition right now. As soon as I get settled in my spot, I won't have no problem. I'll tell you, one and done, baby.
No
One and done.
problem.
We rolling with the punches, bro.
Rolling,
So
baby.
we gotta hear we gotta
need
hear
your
what
opinion,
your
David.
prediction is for this. I got Celtics by 10 or 11. I think that's huge. I think the Cavaliers might be favored in this game. I don't know.
I got
They're 15
Celtics in
and 0.
2. I got Celtics in 2.
I got the Cavs by 7.
Oh.
I think, you know what I mean? Jaylen Brown is still coming back from injury. He's still kind of working his way through. I don't think he's playing up to par the way that he needs to. I know Jason Tatum had a decent night the other night, but I still think that the big man situation, I think, is going to be the struggle for the Celtics. With Porzingis still not being in the lineup, I really feel like those Twin Towers over there in Cleveland are really going to do some damage to really make the Celtics have some trouble. So I still think that Cleveland rolls for this one. I think later down the road they get their next loss.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay. Nice.
I don't like the matchup on the big men. That's really what it boils down to. I still don't think Donovan Mitchell might have a big game, but I just don't like the matchup.
That's where I feel like the Celtics match up well with the Cavs is because Drew Holiday and Derek White can defend like Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, and those guards. Like I feel like that is an advantage on our side. But you're right that Jared Allen and Evan Mobley are very talented, and they're a little bit more traditional bigs, like play the paint, not like stretching the floor. But
Yeah.
that's where maybe like an Al Horford, like he still plays tenacious D.
He does. They're just a little bit more athletic than I feel like.
No pick of destiny, tenacious D. He's still playing nice. Like he'll be like, I got Giannis. I'll pick up Giannis. Like he's chilling.
It's true.
And we've had some good production off of like the backup big guys. Like Nemias Quetta randomly has been playing very well so far for us this year, but I can see the concern. And when you're streaking, you're streaking.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
15 and 0 is pretty crazy,
It's
to be
impressive. It's
honest.
impressive for a
15 and 0
squad.
is pretty
I mean,
crazy.
by
Wow.
then,
And
this team is going to
Sam,
be
as as
undefeated.
an like a fair, impartial bystander, aka not a Celtics fan and from Boston,
Yeah.
who you got?
And this Cavs Celtics matchup right here, I got Celtics in 2. It's going to be like neck and neck.
nigga Nick.
Because this is TD Garden, too. Ain't no-
You saying neck and neck crazy right now.
Nigga Nick.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Bugging.
we're going to do something real quick. NBA Cup winner prediction. Real quick. You can't think too long. I'll
Okay.
start it off. I'm going some crazy team, guys. I'm going the Kings.
Ooh.
Okay.
I saw
that.
them the other day. I went to the Golden One Center last week, for some work trip. But we went to the Golden One Center. I saw the Kings.
Light flex for him.
I mean,
You know what I'm
man,
saying?
they looking
Yeah.
good. So I'm going
Yeah,
Kings
a lot of-
NBA Cup. All right. Who's next?
I got the Lakers.
Okay,
I just
back
think
to back?
I think
Damn.
LeBron is.
I mean, he's been
just
feeling
that
himself too,
good.
though, LeBron.
I think LeBron let triple double, let triple double. That's what I call it. Let
Yes,
let
yes.
triple.
I like that.
You feel me? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I
I
feel
mean,
like
AD playing like MVP.
I just feel
AD
good.
playing
I
like-
feel like when it comes to making real games and winning real games, I think LeBron gonna turn it on. That's
Yes,
just me.
sir.
That's
Yes,
just
I
me.
like
That's
that. I like that.
just me.
Damn, I wish I picked second because I was gonna say Lakers, but now I'm gonna switch my pick because we're not gonna do a double pick on this one.
Okay,
Not on
okay.
this one.
Okay.
LeBron James has been playing out of his mind, and to have 4 back-to-back triple doubles is really like making me pause. Like, dude, he might be the greatest basketball player of all time.
Let's hit it for David.
He might
Let's
be.
hit it for.
He might be. He might not be the GOAT, but he might be the best basketball player of all time.
Let's hit it for.
But I'm gonna go with the Golden State Warriors then.
Ooh.
I think Steve Kerr is like a good coach. I think that there's a lot of young
spicy.
players on the Warriors, and the Lakers last year was a big thing about how the young players get to play this extra game, and you get what, $500,000 for winning it? Wasn't it like a big
Yeah,
like
definitely.
for them, that's a big game check. And think about how many all those youngins and like the Trace Jackson Davises and like Brandon Podziemski and
Cody, yeah.
Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, all of these like young bulls. Like I feel like that's it. They have a good leader too. I mean, we watched the Olympics. Y'all saw the Olympics.
Yeah.
You saw what Steph did to
At
ice
the end, at
many
the
of
end.
those games. You
At the
saw what
end.
he did.
At the end, I
So-
hear you.
I mean, I would love to go for my Celtics, but because they lost the game already, and because this next game versus Cleveland is like such like it's a close
Big
matchup.
one.
I
It's a
don't
big
want to.
one.
I feel more comfortable going with Golden State on this. So
Okay.
I'm gonna go
okay.
Golden State Warriors.
When the
Take
triple
Vegas
brings
Cup
back
win.
the back-to-back in-season cups, come see your boy. You feel me? Come see your boy with the le triple. Okay,
Yeah.
let them know.
Let's go. I mean, NBA.
All right.
I feel like the
Oh,
in-season
shit.
tournament
Bro,
added a
think
little
about what we
spice.
just did though. We all picked a California team, bro. Oh shit! It's the Battle of California.
The West comes back.
California. That's funny.
Knows how to party.
That's funny. That's funny.
Nice.
Oh, I
All
love
right.
it, guys. Well, this is a great way to start off. I tell you, you know what I mean. With the two of the best guys in the game, I feel like you know what I mean that joint flew by.
Yes,
oh my
sir.
gosh!
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I love it. Sheesh.
all right. Do you want to do
MS
an outro? MSD, do you want to do an outro for us, Mikey?
MSD Sports, Week 1, Episode 1. Y'all better stay tuned. Y'all better
Stay tuned.
in the game.
In the game, baby.
Sam, YBK, Youngboy Kim, Hey Woo Kim,
Yes, sir.
Michael John DeStefano, and let's not forget David Camden Lee Himes.
You know what
We
it is,
signing
baby.
off. This Week 1, Episode 1. We'll see y'all on Episode 100 real soon.
Real soon.
Get it.
Let's go.
Cut.